If you know minding your business works for you, if you know you are the kind of person that you can care about something and be like, so what's my business? It is not feeding me, it is not clothing me, it's not putting a roof over my head. Why should I bother myself about it? If you know you are that kind of person, you don't know what God has done for you. Like, you can easily just turn a blind eye. It's none of my business. I respect you. No, I'm telling. I really I want to be like you. I'm proud of you. Hello guys, welcome to another thrilling episode of Candid. I'm your host, Bukola Adebayo. On today's episode, we'll be discussing a very important topic titled Appropriateness of Questions. This is a very vital topic that has 1,001 sides to it, and people tend to downplay its relevance in today's society. I'm very sure a lot of you are like, Bukola, what's up? Also, it's not that deep. It's not question. My dear, we've had people ask certain questions that have led to the end of potential relationships. I'm not just talking solid, strong bonded relationships. I'm talking about relationships that had so much to offer to the parties involved, and all that came to an end because someone asked an inappropriate question, or because someone asked certain questions in the most inappropriate manner. So there are so many factors to consider before asking certain questions to people. And number one on that list is, what is your relationship with that person? That is, what is your relationship with the person you're about to have that conversation with? What's your relationship with the person you are asking those questions? Are you guys friends? Are you family? Are you related in any way? Are you colleagues? Or are you talking to a random stranger? Because trust me, I've met people for the very first time who have asked me the most outrageous and ridiculous of questions. And I'm there staring, wondering how. Like, I've never met you before. I don't know you from Adam. And you had the audacity. I mean, is it confidence or crack? I don't know. Help me. So I think that's a very, very important factor. Another factor is, who are you having that conversation with? What type of person are you having that conversation with? What are those behaviors? What are those attitudes that they tend to portray whenever you are having conversations with them? Are they the type of people that listen? Are they the type that jump into conclusion? Are they the type that pick the first thing you have to say and they act on it? Are they the type that misunderstands what people say to them? I believe if you know the kind of person you are conversing with, it helps you with patterning whatever you want to say. You know how well to pattern your words, how well to pattern your sentences, so that this person would not misunderstand the wrong thing. Because there are times that we'll say A and people will read it as Z, and you really sincerely did not mean any harm. So I think that's also another important factor that we need to consider before asking certain questions. Another important factor is, where are you having that conversation? At what place are you having that conversation? At what occasion are you having that conversation? Is it the right ambience for such conversation? Okay, for instance, you attend the funeral service of your friend's husband. Yes, this is someone that was so young. He had so much dreams, he had so much goals, he was so full of life, but he died. Yes, he died. And during the service, in the process of conversing with friends, you guys were just talking and all of that, you began to talk about your husband. Yes, your husband that had his housewarming service last weekend, his housewarming ceremony last weekend. And how he bought you a new Range Rover on Thursday, yes, to celebrate Valentine's Day. You're saying all this in front of your friend who just lost her husband. You know, the thing is, you really did not mean any harm. You were just talking. You know, you guys were talking, and one thing led to another. You started to talk about it. But is that the right place to say such? Is it the right mood? Do you think these people you are saying it to would not misread what you are trying to do? Do you think they won't misread what you are trying to say? Do you think they won't draw another meaning to what you are trying to say? See, you can't keep saying, God sees my heart. I really did not mean, I was not trying to brag, No, we are not God. Your friend is not God. See, leave God though, leave God, because you are dealing with human beings here. Alright, stop doing wrong things and bringing God into it. God will definitely understand. Will your friend understand? No, will your friend understand? What do you think people will say to that? Is it the right mood? Are you supposed to bring up such issue in that kind of ceremony? May God help us. Another important factor to consider is the influence of time. Yes, when was the last time you saw this person? When was the last time you had such conversation with this person? Okay, for instance, you attend a wedding party and then you meet your old school friend. Wow, I mean, you haven't seen this person in years. And all of a sudden, you started to ask some certain questions. Yeah. See, let's jot this down. Whenever you meet someone you haven't met in a while, those set of people, they tend to talk about the good things in their life. They tend to talk about the good things that are happening in their lives. You hear this one say, oh, did I tell you I won the award for the best marketer at my workplace? The best and most productive marketer, by the way. Oh, did I tell you I had my housewarming program last weekend? Oh, did I tell you I moved into my new apartment? People tend to talk about the good things happening in their lives. No one ever wants to talk about how their boyfriend of 5 years and fiancé of 3 years got married to Ada, his colleague, last weekend. No one ever wants to talk about the bad things. So imagine the position you put that person when you start to ask questions related to that. Imagine how uncomfortable they become when you start to ask questions like that. Now, here is what I will advise. If you know that, if you know you really have to have that conversation, if you know curiosity is about to finish you, because I'm a very realistic person and I will not lie to myself, neither will I lie to you. Because I know some people from their home, they are already planning it that yes, they are going to ask, my content will not work for me. This that I will confirm from you. So they have been planning it already. But I believe if you really want to have such conversations, you must be willing to share. Yes, you must be willing to say your ugly stories. You must be willing to tell your sad ending stories. Like, you must be willing to share too. When this person says that, okay, she's also feeling, maybe I should feel relaxed to talk. You get? It's not only about, yes, you sincerely care. I'm not dragging it with you that you care. Of course, you do care, but it still boils down to the fact that you are about to hear gist. So if you want to ask those kind of personal questions, you must also be ready to share, to show that I'm not just trying to poke into your business. Let them get comfortable with you. Let them feel secure sharing things like that with you. Yeah, and don't be surprised. Why are you looking at me like that? Why are you shocked? Oh, were you expecting me to tell you to mind your business? Oh my God, wow. See, the thing is, if you know minding your business works for you, if you know you are the kind of person that you can care about something and be like, so what's my business? It is not feeding me, it is not clothing me, it's not putting a roof over my head. Why should I bother myself about it? If you know you are that kind of person, you don't know what God has done for you. Like, you can easily just turn a blind eye. It's none of my business. I respect you. No, I'm telling you, I want to be like you. I'm proud of you. You get? But the thing is, the people are talking, they don't dance. In fact, as I'm talking to you, it's like I'm wasting their time because it's shaking them. that curiosity is just, so as I was saying, my people, let them get comfortable with you, let them feel secured enough to like share these things with you. I feel like if we all understand and apply these factors in the course of our conversations, there will be less beef, there will be less bad blood amongst ourselves. There will be less of people picking offense in the things we say. There will be less of us feeling like we just trespassed, like we just passed our boundaries, like we just asked wrong questions that were not. There will be less of all of that. I mean, if we don't have that kind of relationship, you can't ask me that kind of question. It's as simple as that. And as regards marriage or family intrusion, I believe that is a different ball game entirely. I believe that's a different story entirely. You cannot really judge family intrusion from the outside. Yes, I believe it all boils down to the kind of relationship that has been established over the years. I mean, we have different kind of people. We have those people that have always been the family kind of person. They have always been the one that would always be with family. They have always loved being amidst family. They have always loved talking, relating with family. Like, they have never made any decision without the opinion or sometimes the confirmation of their family. So when they get married, of course, you don't expect them to miraculously, you don't expect the family to miraculously disappear. It doesn't get to work that way. Of course, they will still want to give their opinions, even when you don't ask. They'll still want to give their opinions, they'll still want to say one or two things, or sometimes even dominate. It depends on the kind of power that you have given to them. It depends on the kind of relationship that you have built over the years. And of course, we have those that right from time, they have always liked their boundaries, they have always drawn the line, they have always said, please, let me make my decision myself. You know, they have always been, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this is a good thing. You are not, you don't know everything. So most times before you have that kind of attitude. But they have always been that kind of person. So when they get married, of course, their family cannot come and give. They will not come. They have self-respect. Nobody wants to disgrace herself. So of course they will not come. But I feel no matter the kind of relationship that has been built over the years, there would always be a limit. There would always be a limit to what you can say. There would always be a limit to the opinions that you can give. There will always be a limit to your contribution. And even if you have to say something, you would know how well to say it. The truth is, this whole thing is really crazy, especially when you meet African mothers and now they say, I've been in this world before you. You met me in this world. I've seen this life more than you. You cannot tell me something. And then they start to tell you, I'm just trying to give you my own opinion. Opinions that are beginning to sound like commands. God help us, God help us with this whole African society thingy and their level of entitlement. Well, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you enjoyed it, please like. Thank you very much. Like it. Press it, like. Thank you. And don't forget to share. And don't forget to subscribe, please. That's very important. That will make me very happy. You understand? Yeah, thank you very much. I love you. Bye.